What's up there, YouTubers and fellow riders? The Kim is back at it again in the garage, cooking up another DIY for you. Today I'm going to be showing you how to align the front half of your bike if your bike is either pulling to the left or to the right with a few simple techniques. Stay tuned for that. What's up, guys? In my last video I kind of showed you some little tips and tricks on how to diagnose the issue of your bike misalignment or pulling from the left or to the right. In this video I kind of want to show you a little something different, how to possibly alleviate some of those issues. And since then what I've done is I went ahead and removed my forks and did a little inspections of my forks, kind of lowered them down a little bit since the bike has me at forward motion or thrusted forward when I ride. This is kind of a little bit of murder on the back, so I went ahead and I lowered my forks here from the triple clamp. Now before I had the forks sticking pretty much further than this out, and I wanted to go ahead and drop those down a little bit so that I could actually sit upright a little bit better and wouldn't be so far thrusted on the hand grips. So I went ahead and lowered those, and I also checked my rebound and my preload here to make sure that they were exactly the same before moving to this step right here. So if you haven't checked those already, you might want to go ahead and check those out to see if everything is equal on both sides. But moving forward here, I kind of wanted to show you what needs to be done in order to correct the misalignment of the front half of the bike. Now what I've done is I've loosened everything south of this bolt, right, these two bolts right here. So while these are tightened, we need to keep these tightened in place, and that's in order to hold the forks in place. So I've loosened the two bolts under here that actually hold on the grips, and I've loosened the head bolt, and everything is loosened but hand tight. Oh, this is actually a little bit tighter now, but everything's about hand tight now down here. And I've also loosened the bolts that on the lower half of the triple clamp, and we got them both pretty much hand tight and loose here. I've also loosened all the bolts that hold on the caliper, that hold on the mudguard, and I've also loosened the spindle bolt right here. And this is on both sides. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to try to use gravity to let the bike realign itself. Now I'll go ahead and post a picture up right here and show you what the alignment was previously, but just by me realigning the forks and actually taking off the front tire and putting everything back together, the bike is pretty much settled to the center position once again. So if we measure everything in a straight line from the tip of this V down to the bottom of that V right here, and we keep moving down the line, we can see that we rest at this V, and before my line was way off to this side. Now everything seems to have came perpendicular straight up and down, and it looks pretty much even at this point. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to perform one more procedure where all these bolts are loose, and we're going to pretty much just push down on the triple clamp, the top half of the triple clamp, with force, and let the bike adjust itself. So hang tight while I go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so I'm giving you a top-down or the rider's view of the process that we're going to be doing here. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and place my hands right here and basically pushing down on the front forks, and this is going to get everything to realign by itself. So with everything else loose aside from these, remember you want to keep these tight because this is what's holding our forks in place currently right now. Everything else is loose. If you don't have these tight, when you go ahead and push down, those forks are going to raise right out of the triple clamp. So you want to make sure that you keep these tight and everything else is loose from this point down. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and push our hands right here in the center, and we're going to push down on the bike as hard as we can, a good 3 or 4 times until we get everything to self-orientate by itself. This is going to let gravity and pressure do all the work for us. Alright guys, so we're back up on top of the bike and we're in the rider's position and we're looking down at the triple clamp, and as you can see the triple clamp pretty much looks even from both distances right here. And this was just by pushing down on the front forks and let everything self-adjust. So don't forget when, we're gonna go ahead and move to the front real quick before I go into any further procedures. So we take a look at the front and we're gonna try and get alignment right. So if I can get my camera to adjust, there we go. So if we take a look at the center line, moving down from there to there to there, pretty much almost on, right on the mark. Everything's lined up beautifully along with our steering controls. So when we go ahead and retighten everything, you want to make sure you retighten everything going from top down. Don't move anything, just go ahead and make sure you tighten everything to specification. Don't forget to tighten up this bolt right here. It's very important. Last thing you want is for this to come loose and you're shit out of luck. But go ahead and tighten down all your bolts and take it out for a spin and see if that corrects your issue of the misalignment or the bike pulling from the left or to the right. Anyway guys, I'm the chemist. I hope this helped you out. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, or share. As always, I will see you next problem.